Judging by the comments, I think some of y'all want Caitlin Clark's agent to cut a pro wrestling promo. Anyhow, her agent was on a podcast. Erin Kane is her name, and I didn't know her name before this, which is probably a good thing, which means her agent isn't out there taking the attention away from Caitlin Clark. But she was on the Diggin Deep podcast and spoke about representing Clark and, the reference points that she can use and her client being one of one. Here's what she said. And by the way, before I play this, if this is what she's getting aggregated for, she did her job, because you don't want her to go on a platform like this. That's anytime, you have a platform, you want to educate, inform, and all that, but no one who creates content is mad when something goes viral, right? And you have somebody who's that closely associated with Clark, it's easy to go viral, and easy to go viral for the wrong reason. So it's called media training, to be in there and speak in a way that nothing you say is going to be taken the wrong way. And here's what Kane said when she was on the podcast in reference to Clark.
To represent Caitlin Clark. There's really no numbers to compare to because she's going to be off the charts. So how do you and your team think of unique ways, or you have to go and kind of go to the drawing boards and create something after that, right? Or is that stuff that you just create the new market?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's not an established playbook. And I'm very lucky to be working with Alan Zucker, who's like probably one of the most iconic and prolific marketing agents in the history of sports. He works with Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, and I mean, just he's had like a ton of great experiences. And as far as clients like Caitlin, she's one of one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
so it really is just about like setting the market. And one thing Alan always says, and it's very true, is like the market tells us, just like it's the fans that choose. I mean, there's this idea that like agents have all the control, or you can just sort of say something and make it into reality. But like the reality is you're reading the situation. Like it's the fans that choose. There's a handful of players that have like ignited this sort of level of excitement by being incredible at what they do, but also it's like how they do it. So it's Serena Williams, or you can pick. It's the iconic athletes, Simone Biles, especially when it's women. And Caitlin's one of those. It's like how she plays the game really captured the attention of a much, much broader fan base. And so when you're going to market, those are the comps you're sort of thinking of. It's like a Serena or Simone, or a Tiger Woods who changed golf, or because she's changing women's basketball.
So there you have it. I mean, what did people want her to say? Caitlin Clark is the biggest star you've ever seen. What you gonna do when Caitlin Clark mania and the Caitlin Clark effect runs wild on you? We get it. What do you think she means by one of one? When she says one of one, she understands the assignment. She gets it. She gets the gravity. Setting the market. What do you think those words mean? That means it's going to be different than you've seen. And as far as the other people she referenced and pointed to, I mean, I don't think it's an insult to compare Caitlin Clark to the biggest female stars of the century in sports, Serena Williams and Simone Biles. Would I rather represent Caitlin Clark than Simone Biles right now? Yeah, because the Olympics don't happen that often, and basketball and what she's doing. But, I mean, it's not a bad, place to start, that being the bar that Simone Biles could flip off of. Tiger Woods has been brought up a million times. His impact on golf versus Caitlin Clark's impact on basketball. And Kane also said there, the fans decide, which is something I've heard a lot of fans say, and is true. It's not like Caitlin Clark became a creation of the media. She got the media attention because the fans told the media that. And they continue to tell the media that. Y'all continue to tell me that, right? There's something naturally exciting about her game that captures people's imaginations and makes them excited. I just don't understand the beef with the agent here. And I understand people want to see Caitlin Clark promoted more by the WNBA. I get it. And Kane has other WNBA clients, I believe, including Nafisa Collier, who's a significant client at this point with Unrivaled and everything. But she can't control all of that. And the Nike deal, I understand there's a level of frustration about the Nikes not being out. I don't know what Nike's doing. I have to imagine they have a plan. I have to imagine they want to build up the product. And when they drop again with Clark's level of fame, all you need is a link. As soon as that happens, those things are going to be gone and off the shelf. And I've said on the record, I think Clark could have gotten more from the Nike deal, or that she didn't get her worth in the Nike deal, right? Like, considering all the attention and what you saw at that golf event. And by the way, that's another thing I'm sure the agent had something to do with. Everybody loved her participation in that LPGA event, so give her credit for that, right? But when you see that level of attention, could she have gotten more from Nike? Maybe. Is she worth more than for Nike? Definitely, in my opinion. But at the same time, that deal, unprecedented for someone in her position. Women's basketball, that's never happened. It's not like it was a deal that was commonplace that she got. And we don't know what the deal says. We just know it's been reported out there. We don't know what the fine print is, when they can get out, how they can renegotiate, all those other things. So I get it. Fans get frustrated with the WNBA. Fans get frustrated with Nike. And they want to see Caitlin Clark appreciated in the way that she deserves, given the attention that she's garnered. And that makes sense. It does. But at the same time, you don't have to go overboard. And I maybe, again, I think people are bored sometimes, because I was just looking through the comments on the clip from the agent, and I'll put the podcast in the description so you can watch the full thing if you'd like. It's like, 45 minutes long or something like that. But the, it's her job not to get Caitlin Clark in trouble, not to make huge headlines. There's only a few agents out there who do that, right? Drew Rosenhaus or something. You want Clark represented by Drew Rosenhaus. Even Rich Paul generally isn't like bombastic out there. And we know he has that connection with LeBron James. So I get it. And there is, Caitlin Clark is the easiest sell in the world when it comes to, I could do it. I could represent her today. No prep, right? Like, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. I could do that in a second. But I don't understand the criticism for Kane in regards to that conversation, at least. And Caitlin Clark's doing just fine. She's got deals. She's making money. She's omnipresent in the cultural zeitgeist. So if I'm her agent right now, I'm feeling pretty good about not even just right now, but everything. Because that Caitlin Clark commission, that be hidden.